This video is going to be about the cQ-Cumulative bands version 2. This is the monthly version. They're all pretty much the same thing except for the cumulative reset. So this is the monthly one. You can select 4, 8, 16, or 32 bands. We'll change it to 16 so you get an idea. Right now, the pips per level is set at 100. So between this line and the next level is 100 pips when it's in linear mode. It's not going to be that when it's in Fibonacci mode or if you create your own user file. We're using the linear mode using 100 pips per level, and this is the result for the monthly version. You can change the table. Here's a Fibonacci one, which is a little different. You can also add your own. I have one in there that's set at default. You can change the default one, but every time you close the indicator, it just copies over these default ones that are in there. So you'll have to rename it, and then you can just type in the name of table file that you want to call it. Those files, they're located. Go to the File, Open Data folder, go here, here, and it's right in here. There's a file for each band. If you load that, you can see there's only 4 in there. And if you wanted to make your own, you could change these values to whatever you want, and then save it as something different. You know, here's the 32 one. Okay, it's a little bit larger. This first half is for the upper part. Second half is for the lower part. So you can make them asymmetrical or however you want to do it. It's up to you. You can change the applied price. For example, you could start it at the open of that monthly candle, which if you look here, it's not really going to be that big a difference, but sometimes it is. Or if you are on the yearly, sometimes you want to use the open for the calculation, but you can choose from any of these. On this first day, you can change the start hour to start minute, depending on what time frame you're on. For example, changing the start minute on a 4-hour won't really do much. Those are going to be 0, 4, 8, and 12, 16, that kind of thing. If you're on the 4-hour, if you're on the 1-hour, it's going to be single digit. One of the main differences when you're using this linear ATR, the ATR is going to replace this pips per level. So this won't matter anymore. It's going to be more a combination of this ATR right here. That's your normal ATR, simple moving average, 14 time period, using the high and the low. This one you can use the close to previous close, for example. You can change the period there. You can change the multiplier, which again is going to change the distance between each of these levels. And then you can also change the moving average type. 2 seems to be good to start with. And I found that having a little higher value there doesn't get so wild. Again, depending on the time frame, which this is the 4-hour, and obviously the currency that you're working with, you'll just have to find what works. This is the linear with where the ATR is being used as the pips per level. And then you can also change it to close, and the rest of these cQ-Cumulative bands, which there is the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, and yearly. They're all in there in the zip file, and they all pretty much react the same way. Anyway, that's this indicator.